Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 21 of Video Games Ahoy. My name is Jonathan Radford, and today I'm joined by Dav Gabe.
Hello.
Dav Weeks.
Hello.
And Zach Hamilton.
Hello.
How are you doing, guys?
All good.
Oh,
Good, man.
baby,
Episode
I'm
21, that's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. We got to 20, obviously got to 20 last week, but it's just weird seeing twos now, like it being in that category. It's mad.
It's pretty nuts.
So we have lots to talk about today. So for you listeners, I'm just going to speed up this first bit. If you are new to the channel, just skip it. But if
Patreon, YouTube, done.
We've got it. Yeah, check out Patreon, check out YouTube. For those of you who are new, then hello. We don't normally rush this bit. We normally have a little bit of fun at the start, but we've got quite a lot to discuss today. Quite a lot. We want to cover a lot of topics. So if you are new, then make sure you check out our Patreon page over on patreon.com. We are Video Games Ahoy, as I've just said. We have some lovely patrons who help this channel continue to grow. So thank you to everyone that contributes over there. If you would like to contribute yourself, you can pay £1, £5, £10, or anything you'd like. And if you don't want to, then that's fine. We just like you listening in. And as well as Patreon, you can find us on the usual websites like Twitter and Facebook. We're on YouTube as well, so check us out there if you want to see our faces, because we also record these on video. And we do a little bit of twitching as well. We'll get on to one of our games later, but we did play Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. I think that's a game we'll definitely want to talk about later. Now, gents, I know I said it'd be quick coming into the news because I think we've got a lot to discuss. So, today, Xbox decided to finally announce that the Series X is being released on November the 10th, along with the Series S. It's going to be priced at £449, $499 as well. And the Xbox Series S was also announced with a price point of £249.99 and $299. The Xbox Series X and the Series S will release on Tuesday, like I said, Tuesday, November the 10th. And pre-orders are set to begin on September 22nd. I'm just going to talk a little bit about the Series S, because that was... So basically, before I move on as well, it was... Phil Spencer actually said this about half an hour ago. This whole thing was leaked, and they just thought, well, it's already been leaked. We were going to announce it next week. Let's just announce it now. This all happened at like 1 o'clock in the morning in the US, which is mad. But yeah, so the Xbox Series S is an all-digital console, which, like Series X, will include a custom NVMe SSD, though at 512 gigabytes compared to 1 terabyte, powered by Xbox Velocity architecture for incredibly fast load times. It actually, one thing I've been reading about today as well, it still comes with ray tracing, run games natively at 1440p and up to 120 frames per second, which is still really impressive for a console that's actually going to be cheaper than the Switch in the UK. That it's quite mad. It's capable of running games upscaled 4K, whilst the Series X will have 12 teraflops of power. True 4K gaming up to 120 frames per second and 1 terabyte custom SSD. Microsoft has also confirmed that the Xbox Series S uses the same CPU as the Xbox Series X, running at 3.6 GHz. That means that the Xbox Series S CPU is faster than the PS5's, which is mad. Phil Spencer said this: when Xbox Series X and Series S launches this November, it will herald a new generation of game experiences. Optimized games for Xbox Series X and Series S coming this year are built to take full advantage of our fastest consoles ever. Should we hold on? We'll start with that, and then we'll move on because there's more things that Microsoft have announced today. I just want to get your guys' opinion on that. We finally got a date for Xbox. It might not be how they wanted it, but it's here. Dav, as our resident Xboxer, how do you feel? How do you feel about the price?
I think the Series X price is what we all expected.
Yeah.
I think the Series S price is brave and beautiful.
Yep.
I mean, Xbox clearly are trying to market to people who either skipped Xbox, maybe skipped a whole generation of games altogether, or maybe you've never owned an Xbox, a games console at all.
Mm-hmm.
They're charging, was it $249?
$249, yeah. It's cheaper than the Switch. Cheaper than the Switch. Yeah.
That's what I find crazy.
Yeah,
we don't get Joy-Cons, so you know. You don't get Joy-Con drift with $249.
Yeah.
So
Speaking of price, I'll just add this on very quickly, Dav, just in case you mention it, just to give the full weight of it. Microsoft also confirmed that Xbox All Access payment program will be expanded to 12 countries, offering a next generation Xbox and 24 months of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, starting at $24.99. Obviously, it's in. I think it's coming out. It is. It's £20.99 a month. So in the UK, via Xbox All Access, you can get an Xbox Series X plus 24 months of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate for £28.99 a month, spread over £24 a month. Or you can get the Series S for £20.99. Though you can only get those through Game and Smith's Toys. There is also something else we'll talk about, but I'm going to leave that just as a little bit because there's something else to add on top of this as well. Because actually, should I mention it now? Just because it's going to be a lot easier to discuss it. Yeah, Microsoft also announced, and this is the crazy thing. This is the thing that really shocked me today. Microsoft also announced that EA Play will be free for the Xbox Game Pass for no additional cost. This means that Ultimate members can enjoy EA Play on Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows 10 PCs, and Xbox Game Pass for PC members get EA Play on Windows 10. Not only will EA Play titles be available on console and PC this holiday, some of the best EA Play games will also be available on Xbox Game Pass Ultimate members to play on Android devices via the cloud at no additional charge. This, to me, is going to be the biggest threat to the PlayStation. As in, I mean, everything else was really. I mean, the fact that it was going at $250 anyway, the Xbox Series S with Game Pass, that's a good deal in itself. The fact that now it's going to have EA Play thrown in with that as well. Anyone that plays sports games, I think the sports games come out five months after on EA Play. I think so.
5 or 6 months.
5 or 6 months after. So if anyone's willing to wait, they could basically have their brand new console with Game Pass and all the games you can get, obviously a lot of games you can get on the PlayStation as well, on the Xbox with your FIFAs, with your Maddens. That is a bold strategy, and I've got a feeling it might be pulled off. But yeah, Dav, just to fill in a lot of people who didn't know that. Did you want to continue what you were saying? Sorry, didn't mean to obviously cut you off.
No.
It's a lot to discuss.
I maybe don't put as much weight into the EA Play thing as you do. For me, EA is garbage. I've had massive issues with EA, on a personal scale, just trying to access some of their games, and their customer service is trash.
Yep.
Their whole infrastructure as to how to work your Origin logins is absolute garbage, and I've tried 5 times to play a Madden game, and I've come up empty every time because of their system, and their customer service absolutely sucks. Along with everything else that's shit about EA.
I mean, there's so many bad things about EA.
Okay, great. I get to play Madden 6 months later, which is, it's not to be sniffed at. But EA Play was only £20 a year anyway, or $3.99 a month.
Yeah.
So what's big to me is just the all access, being able to buy a console for a monthly fee, and that monthly fee is at 0% interest, and will only cost you the same as the console plus Game Pass anyway. So at no extra cost, you can now buy a console monthly, which, I mean, how do you argue with that? Because, for me anyway, and I'm sure a lot of Xbox owners will be the same, is they'll already have Game Pass.
Yeah. Because
they've now taken Xbox Live Gold out as a standalone service. It's now included in Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. So most Xbox owners are going to have Xbox Game Pass Ultimate.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is, and that's about $11.99 a month, I think, roughly.
Yeah, it's around about that. Yeah.
So what you're saying is, if the Xbox Series S is $20.99,
yeah, $20.99, yeah,
you're getting a new console for £9 a month.
Yep.
And a Series X is $28.99. You get a new console, a new beefy console that rivals PS5 for £17 a month.
Yeah.
And there's no extra costs in that. You're getting the console for as much as it costs. You just only have to pay £17 up front.
Even if I know a lot of people who don't actually buy full price games once a month, and that is a thing. But even if you separated that over 2 months, would most people buy one £60 game? I know they're normally £50, but one £60 game over the course of 2 months. There probably is a lot of people that would do that. So you're getting a heck of a lot more for that as well. I think with regards to the EA Play, from I'm thinking not for us, obviously, because we a lot of us hate EA, and EA is garbage. But
what's EA?
But for a lot of people, who basically buy consoles for Madden and FIFA, and there are a lot of people that do that.
Yeah, but those people buy Madden and FIFA.
True, that
They
is
already
true,
buy it, and they're not going to wait 5 months to play it.
but it's still enticing for a lot of people because the thing is,
Sure.
especially with FIFA and especially with Madden, the recent ones, they're garbage, and people prefer previous versions of those games. So if they're gonna have a way of playing them, then this is a way. I'm just saying it's a way to entice people to play them. It's obviously not the biggest selling point. The biggest selling point is that, but I do think this is going to swing. I think people are going to get. And especially when you add in as well, when you add the Star Wars games as well, like Star Wars Squadrons is coming out to EA Play. I think what's the old one called? The one you played, Dav, recently, the Star Wars game, not Battlefront. Well, you're a
Jedi Fallen
yeah.
Order.
Fallen Order. It's coming onto EA Play at some point soon as well. So
I mean, I'll be honest. I would pay for EA Play to play through Jedi Fallen Order looking as good as it possibly could on Xbox Series X.
Yeah.
It was one of my favorite games of this generation, despite its flaws.
Yeah.
And it had them. But that's one of the only games I've 100%ed in my life.
Yep. And then when you add in stuff as well, like the Mass Effect trilogy is on there, one of the most beloved trilogies of all time, maybe apart from the last third of the third game. You got the Burnout series on there as well. I do think this is going to be one thing that makes people buy it, but it is going to tempt people who are sort of in the middle.
Sure,
Zach, you're going to say something.
More games are good.
Yeah, Zach, what are you going to say?
I was gonna say, it feels like a bit of a pissing match in so much as like
Yeah.
I would say, I don't know about you guys, the thing that makes me buy a new console is pretty well, it's usually if I'm getting it at launch, it's a launch title. If I'm not getting it at launch, it's because new games come out or whatever. That's pretty well always. I don't know if that's true of everyone, but the small details of the competitive nature. I mean, obviously certain things are more influential for different people, but for instance, adding in the EA thing seems like quite a small detail, but it's something that you can argue as an Xbox person, if you're devout Xbox person. Let's say I'm talking about kids mainly, because I don't know, maybe grown-ups do it a lot too, but like I feel like when I was a kid, I'd be like, nah, this console's better because it's the one I have, and I can defend it more easily because of the pissing match that's going on. Whereas really what it comes down to for me, like I say, it's always just going to be the games that come out. The last consoles I remember buying, I bought a PS4 only like a year ago because I knew The Last of Us 2 was coming out. I bought my Switch because Breath of the Wild was coming out. In fact, actually, for the first 8 months of me having a Switch, it was a Breath of the Wild machine. I had no games that I wanted to play apart from Breath of the Wild. There was nothing out at that time. And it seems like I'm not all that bothered about the Xbox. I don't know. Are there any big launch titles you guys are excited about? I know I'm sure we did have this conversation already, and I feel like we did come up with a handful, but there's nothing that's like got me really juiced up about the new generation.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything on either of the consoles that is coming
That's the thing. Neither of them have anything.
Maybe Spider-Man.
And it's all well and good to say, like, okay, we can go back and play these games that we've already played, but like, is that really? I can't be bothered. I don't care enough. Like, unless it's a game I really, really love. Even still though, if they brought out a new Nintendo thing where I could play Breath of the Wild in like 4K crazy whatever, like I played that game like a lot. Like I got my money's worth. I don't know, I feel like I'm not a very good example of the market as a whole. I saw yeah, really, I know, honestly. But I mean, like, I saw the Mario anniversary thing, and I was like, you know what I'm gonna go do? I'm gonna go get my GameCube out, play Mario Sunshine. I don't have to wait at all. I don't know. Do you guys feel the same, or am I on my own here?
I don't feel the same, but I understand you.
Yeah.
I can empathize with that position.
Yeah.
Like, as well, because like there isn't like buying a console at launch. I might have said this before. Buying a console at launch is the worst time to buy a console because it's the worst iteration of it. It's at its most expensive, and they're the least games available. And the games that are available usually aren't of a high quality. Like, you compare what was available at PS4 launch to what's available now on PS4, and it's laughable.
Yeah.
And you also don't know what to expect. Whereas like now, I can just I can ask you guys, I can ask friends, and I can go and look at reviews and stuff. I have a really clear idea of what a game that came out a few months ago looks like, whereas a game that, particularly a console that just came out, like, it's largely untouched.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the most important thing to take from this is there's two things. I think one is this all-access monthly payment to get a brand new console.
Yeah,
for people,
that is cool.
And they've said before, Phil Spencer said in an interview with BBC a while back, he said, we're doing this all-access thing primarily for the fact that COVID has happened. People don't have necessarily 500 quid, $500 kicking around in their back pocket. And so this is a chance for those people who maybe can afford those monthly payments and would have been able to afford to save up but haven't been able to now be able to pursue their hobby of playing video games.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, what the hell are Sony going to do now?
Well, actually, it's a really good point, because there is no way that Sony can. I mean, there's no way they can't undercut anything with the Series S anyway. They
can't just magic a PS5 Lite out of the air unless they've got one. Unless they've got one.
Well, they've got the digital version of the PS5. There's no way it's going to be $250.
That'll be 50 quid less.
Yeah,
Can't be more than that.
No, I just So, unless they undercut the X price, which they, I don't know. I think it's going to be 500 quid as well. 450. I think it's going to be. I don't know. I think the biggest thing that surprised me more was the £200 difference between the Series S and the Series X. That is, from the start I thought it was going to be £100, and I thought that was going to be quite reasonable, because obviously one is digital, one is not. You can't buy CDs for one. It's not. The thing is, the Series S it still has lots of things that the Series X has. Obviously, it's not as powerful, but it's still a next-gen console. It's still better than the Xbox One, and it's still better than the PS4. And you're still, like I said, if you take that off of £20.99 a month, God, I mean, even if you buy, like I said, one game every 3 months, it's still going to be worth it. I mean, especially if it's an Xbox game. I do see where you're coming from, though, Zach. I think I'm coming from someone who is, I know I'm going to buy a PlayStation. I think the thing with Microsoft and Xbox Series X and Series S, I think that's it is making me wonder what PlayStation are going to do in response, and I don't know what they can do, because Xbox have kind of just gone, well, here we are. This is like, try and beat that. I'm not sure if they can. And will they do anything like All Access? Will they do? Maybe they will. Maybe that's something we get through like Game or something. But we've not heard anything about it, so. We've not heard anything from PlayStation, basically. The news about the PlayStation was basically going to be with the PS5. There is nothing. There's radio silence. And I thought it was going to be something today. The PlayStation 1 came out 25 years ago today, and there's been nothing, really. But, yeah, sorry, Zach, you were going to say something. I cut you off.
No. It's interesting, because I wonder, we don't really talk about console wars the same way as we used to, 10, 15 years ago. But what would be the impact of Sony losing out on the new console? Let's just imagine, like, worst case scenario for Sony, they just get they get trashed, and they and no one buys a PS5. Like, what's the impact of that? Does it, because I presume it doesn't put them in a bad spot, in the same way that the Wii U didn't put Nintendo really in a bad spot, but it changes the game.
I imagine it gives us great games on a PS6.
PS3
got trashed, eventually caught up, and then PS4 smashed out of the park with those great games.
Yeah.
Like PS2, juggernaut. They relaxed. PS3, absolutely fucked it. They were, oh shit. PS4, juggernaut.
Yeah.
I think one thing we've learned specifically from Microsoft as well is they've learned a lot of the lessons they made last time with the Xbox One. There's a lot of mistakes they made with the Xbox One that they've just gone, right, let's just not do those. And I think a lot of those are down to Phil Spencer. I think he seems to be in tune with how a lot of people are, when it comes to gaming. Like I said this before, not everyone is as stuck to a console as we're led to believe. Some people can be swayed. I think for the three of us in here who have PlayStations, a lot of the reason we have PlayStations is because of the exclusives. I mean, if the exclusives turned out to be shit on the PS5, then if they went south, then I'd be like less inclined to just go with the PlayStation. I mean, I'm always going to buy a Nintendo console just because that is
because of their exclusives.
Yeah, because of their exclusives.
But that's the thing, isn't it? Yeah, I totally agree with that. I would have felt really hard. I couldn't have missed out on Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the
Like
Wild,
that wasn't
yeah.
going to happen. Yeah, and that's always been the way I felt about it.
Yeah.
But
So
anyway,
let's
who
move
knows?
on, because I think ultimately what we've come down to now is that Xbox have laid all their plans out. Everyone can see what they're going to do. You can start pre-ordering it on the 22nd of September if you'd like to, and that's it. They're done now. You know, if you want to get one, you know where to get one, you know how to get one, and you know how much it's going to cost. I think,
wonder how those pre-orders are gonna go.
yeah,
People, because there's things about the Sony PlayStation 5 saying you can pre-order it through them and you get a ticket, and then they're saying only 1 in 10 people who've got a ticket are going to be able to access one, to actually pre-order one. So like,
Wow.
it's like that. How else? There is no happy way to do pre-orders with these
No.
kind of things. Whatever way you go, is you're going to get people who buy them and sell them for double the price. You're going to get people who were dreaming of one for Christmas and are going to be disappointed.
Yep.
You just
So-
hope there's enough consoles there. I'm going to stop talking.
No. I was going to say we'll get on. We're going to have a big discussion about scalpers in a little bit, actually. But one final thing about Microsoft, and I don't know if this was. I mean, it seems to be intentional, but Ubisoft have actually confirmed that Assassin's Creed Valhalla has been moved forward a week to coincide with November 10th. And November 10th on the Xbox Series X and S launching. So
That's interesting.
They
And they were
moved it to
scared
the
of
specific
Cyberpunk.
date.
Cyberpunk was on the
I
19th.
imagine,
Yeah.
Cyberpunk looks. I mean, do you know what? I've said this before. I try my best not to look at Cyberpunk because I know that I'm going to buy it, and I don't want to see anything. I don't want to see anything about that game.
Same.
But yeah. So that's it. If you want the new Microsoft console, go and get it if you can.
On the 22nd.
On the 22nd of September, you can pre-order it. But
That's
yeah,
fun.
so we'll move on just very quickly now to
Very quick.
Nintendo. Yeah. So this is going to take quite a while as well, because I want to go through all the stuff that I want to go through the stuff with you guys. I know me and Dav streamed the Nintendo Direct the other day, specifically for Mario's 35th anniversary. So I just want to talk about a few things. So I'm going to talk about first of all, we'll talk about the Super Mario 3D All Stars game specifically. Now, I do wonder how you guys feel about this, because I've had time to reflect, and I'm kind of there's a part of me that's torn slightly.
Oh.
Dav, you mentioned scalpers. So there's going to be limited physical copies of this game, and it's going to be limited digital copies of this. You know, digital copies as in like you can only buy it up to a specific point. I think it's the 31st of March, and that's it. There's stuff we can go on to beyond that, but basically, already we've had people who have pre-ordered the game. Had copies of, not copies of the game being sent to them, obviously because it's not out yet, but had confirmed copies of pre-orders and already trying to sell them on eBay for twice as much or 3 times as much.
Wow.
Bloody hell.
And this is the problem I've got with it isn't so much that, you know, if you want to buy the game, go, you know, get it, obviously. But then, as Dav said earlier, not everyone has money. It's coming up to Christmas. Not everyone's going to have that much money, and it just seems very short-sighted of Nintendo, considering the situation, considering everything they've gone through as well. And I'll just briefly mention this as well. It looks as if Nintendo's whole year was genuinely delayed by 5 months. So where everything is, it looks like everything was delayed by 5 months. There was the Mario Maker 2 event that they're doing currently. That there was something released recently. They didn't update it by accident, and the date on there said April. So you can see that a lot of things to do with Nintendo has been delayed by 5 months. So bearing that in mind, it does, knowing full well that people are going to be scalping these games and selling them for twice and 3 times as much, it does seem like, I don't know. What do you guys feel about that? I mean, I am still really excited to buy them. You know, I've pre-ordered my copy. I've got it coming, but I'm not necessarily thinking about myself. I am thinking about people that wouldn't necessarily be able to afford this, especially with new consoles coming up as well. But yeah,
It's not
Dav,
great.
Dav Weeks. Yeah, how do you feel about it?
Yeah, I mean, it would appear that Nintendo games do keep their value. If you look at like the price of games on eBay, buying them secondhand,
God, yeah.
them Nintendo games do pretty well. I mean, there are Wii games that you can still sell for 15 quid.
Yep.
And with these are 10-year-old games plus. And it's
I'm trying to buy Majora's Mask on 3DS at the moment from eBay, and I can't get a copy for less than 30 quid.
That's mad.
there you go.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bonkers.
That game is so old.
And secondhand.
It's like the Lego of the digital entertainment sphere, where it's expensive, and these sets are And if they're going down the route of limited editions, they're going very Lego, and people are going to start wanting, I don't know, 3D All Stars the same way people are wanting Lego Millennium Falcons.
Yeah, and there's another thing to add on to that as well is and this is just an idea of maybe this is what Nintendo's thinking. There's a lot of thought that what they're going to do is the Nintendo 64 will come to the Switch Online, so obviously they can't sell Mario on there because it's going to be one of the free games in the Nintendo Switch Online, or they're just going to sell them separately afterwards. I think the issue is more that we just don't know. Like, for all we know, they could sell up until March and then take them away. Well, isn't Super Mario Sunshine, you could only buy it on the GameCube? You can't get that on the Wii. You couldn't get that on the Wii Virtual Store, I don't think. I don't think you could get it on the Wii U or Wii Virtual Store.
That you couldn't get much GameCube stuff on the
Wii. So when Zach mentioned earlier, he went back to play he played Sunshine on the GameCube. For a lot of people, that's the only way to play it.
Yeah.
And
the Wii can play GameCube.
Well, yeah, it's got backward compatibility.
It does as well. It's a really good point. But what I mean is that it was only out on that game and it wasn't out on the Virtual Console. Sort of thing. I don't know. I mean, there's a part of me that feels like I'm really excited to play these games. I'm so excited to play the 3D All Stars games. I've never played Galaxy. I love 64, and I feel like I need to revisit Sunshine to reevaluate it because I loved a lot of that game, but I don't have as many memories of that. But I do feel like if someone like specifically like EA or Activision had pulled this, there's a part of me that feels like they would be getting a lot more shit in their direction than Nintendo's currently getting. So I don't know. Maybe that's me personally. Maybe I don't know. It could just be that I'm weird. I am weird, but that's how I feel. Does anyone else have anything to add? Anyone else want to say anything about that?
Which game would they do it with, though? EA and Activision.
God knows what. I mean, yeah, that's a good point. They try and get everything out there as possible.
No, I totally get you. I mean, there is a lot of Nintendo love, but part of that is because they keep bringing out great games, and it upsets me every time they make a financial faux pas and a marketing fuck up.
Yeah.
But I think two things are interesting about this. I say interesting lightly. One is the limited digital release.
Yeah.
Which I think is absolute bullshit.
Yeah, it is.
And two, it's not the only thing that's stopping on March 31st.
That's true, yeah.
There's a whole host of Mario things that they've announced that are stopping on March 31st, which makes me believe, I mean, one, that's the end of their financial year. Yeah. Two, they were probably going to do that towards the end of the actual year.
Mm-hmm.
Three, what's next year? Whose 35th anniversary is it next year?
Yep, Zelda.
Zelda. That's why they're stopping it all, in my opinion. It's because they're going to be doing the exact same thing with Zelda. And so we can look forward to Super Zelda 3D Stars. 3D All-Stars, baby.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I love Mario, and I'm so excited to go back and view these. But the Zelda, whatever they do with Zelda next year, I'm gonna burst. I'm just gonna burst. I love Zelda.
Burst.
One thing I do want to say, and I think me and Dav actually commented on this. I kind of want to get Zach's opinion because it does seem like something. I've spoken to the guys a little bit about Nintendo and the Direct. I haven't really spoken to you about this at all. But the Mario Kart Live home circuit.
Oh,
goodness.
When you saw that. Okay, so when you saw that, how did you feel about that? Because it's so if you don't know as well, it's going to be £100. And you get the software for free from Nintendo. So we could get it if we wanted, but there's no way of us playing it. So essentially, it's £100 for the little cart with the camera in it. Zach, how do you feel about that? What did you think when you saw that?
I mean, it's
very Nintendo, isn't it?
Yeah, I kind of felt ambivalent towards it, in so much as I'm never gonna play it, and I don't know. I mean, if you had it, how many hours do you think would go into enjoying it?
Well, every 20 minutes you'd have to recharge it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that real?
No.
Oh, okay, Jesus.
It's
okay.
not going to be.
What's the battery life really going to be?
Yeah.
On an RC car.
I mean,
with a camera.
Yeah.
Connected via Bluetooth /
via
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I mean, the Switch doesn't have the best battery life anyway, so it's just.
Do any of you have a room that would be a good place to drive it?
I do. I have wooden floors.
I definitely don't.
So
I don't know. It's cute.
A very small
but I
circuit.
don't want it.
Right.
It's
just
just
go run a coffee table
going
every time.
Basically, I could recreate Baby Park in my living room.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I mean, obviously, it's not really aimed at us. And I will say that
it's
if I
not
saw
for
that,
us.
if I saw this as maybe like a 10-year-old, I would have died just because it is. And the one thing I should say as well is the technology is really cool.
Yeah.
It's so yeah.
I got my nephew. I got my nephew back in the day. It must have been like 10 years ago almost. It was a Donkey Kong Mario remote control Mario Kart, like official. They had a
Cool.
few of them. They had a Mario,
Yeah,
they had
yeah.
a Donkey Kong and a Yoshi, and maybe a
Yes.
couple others. I remember getting him that, and all I wanted was to take it home for myself. It was the coolest damn thing I'd ever seen in my
Yeah.
life, and I'd wanted it for years and thought, no, I'm too old. So I got it for him, and just like, yeah, I'm just imagining that, and imagining your living room being at the race course. It's just so wonderful. But at the same time, this is just like a Nintendo Labo, a Ring Fit
Yes.
Adventure. It's just another cool.
It's a cool
side
toy, man.
gimmick
Like, it's such a
video
cool
game
thing to
slash-
have.
Yeah,
and like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
would definitely, if I had like a nice setup, I would definitely put it in there. Like, I'd just be like, oh, it's got to go up because it looks so cool. And I bet I bet it's really detailed and it'll be nicely, I don't think it'll be crappy. Like, I think it'll probably, be a nice thing. But I don't have those things, so I don't want it.
So I'm just going to move on very quickly with the Nintendo stuff. So just to kind of wrap up that direct, we had some other cool stuff as well. Like the Game & Watch looked really cool. It's still not something I would
that
buy,
looks
but
nice.
that was cool. I don't mind that that's limited release because that is a very niche product. Not everyone is going to buy that.
Yeah.
One thing I did find really interesting was the Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury DLC, or I guess the add-on that they're doing to it. I mean, having looked at that a lot more, that seems like a whole new part of the game, and everything they've done to that game, they've really enhanced a lot of it. They've sped up the combat as well, so you move almost 1/3 quicker, which is it's significantly faster because a lot of people felt the game was quite sluggish previously, but you really do zip across those levels. So weirdly, what they've actually done to that game. I mean, again, I've never played that game, so for me, that is a brand new Mario game, which I'm very excited about. But what they've actually added to it as well, for a lot of people that have played it, a lot of people have said, I'll buy it, I'll double dip, because what they've added, the content that it looks like they're going to add is great. And I think we need to see more of that kind of Nintendo, rather than Nintendo which, like I said, going back to the 3D collection is just slightly polishing up old games and just sending them out full price. But again, that's a conversation that we could have. We could talk a lot about. So I'm just going to move on a little bit further as well, because there's been reports as well by Bloomberg, and this is something we mentioned earlier about you mentioned earlier, Zach, 4K Breath of the Wild. Well, it looks like it could be happening relatively soon.
Oh, really?
According to Bloomberg, Nintendo is looking to increase Switch production, upping its previous total of 25 million units to 30 million units for this next period. That's how many they want to sell. They want to sell 30 million units. I think the highest total in a year sold was 26 million by the Wii. So they're looking to smash that, which would be a record.
Wow.
Beyond that, what
That would be
Bloomberg
very
also said,
impressive.
yeah, it would be ridiculously impressive. What they've said beyond that as well is that there's rumored to be a Switch Pro model, which will launch in 2021. I think this is the bridge. This is going to be to bridge the gap, at least between obviously the PS5 and the Xbox Series X and the Switch, because it's quite a significant. There's a significant gap now between that and the PS4 and the Xbox One. But it looks like there's going to be a Switch Pro model, which is potentially going to be 4K ready, using basically a resolution upgrade. It'll be using NVIDIA's DLSS AI upscaling techniques rather than a pure 4K output.
Like on the PS4.
Yeah, so
PS4
so it's going to grant high resolution visuals with little in the way of performance hit, and it's used in the NVIDIA Shield hardware, which is what the Switch is based on. We've mentioned before, but a Switch Pro, would that entice you? I mean, Zach, you've kind of already said that wouldn't really entice you to buy a Nintendo Switch.
I don't know. I feel like that's changed a little bit in so much as there's been a few games lately where I feel like I'm missing out. But again, it's not really because I want a Switch Pro. It's just because I want to play those games.
Yeah.
But that being said, I think given that I no longer have one, yeah, I might be inclined to have a Pro. It would depend on cost. I suppose we're not going to hear about that for a while.
Yeah.
Because the Switch is still not cheap.
Well, it's
for
still
a
$2.99.
console that's been out as
$2.99.
long as it has.
You know which franchise they use when they want to show off new hardware?
Yeah,
A
it's
certain
true.
legendary franchise.
So what do we think? Do we
Breath of
think the
the
Pro will
Wild
come out at the
sequel?
same time as Breath of the Wild 2?
I do.
I think
Yeah.
it's
I
either
think they
gonna come out
wanted
this-
to. Maybe
yeah.
maybe they're delayed by 5 months because of COVID. But
I was just going to say, yeah, I think if what's probably going to happen is they'll optimize Breath of the Wild 2 for that, but Breath of the Wild 2 might come out later. Speaking of Breath of the Wild, though, Zach, I don't know if you've actually seen this. I posted this in the group yesterday.
I have.
Hyrule Warriors: The Age of Calamity was stealth dropped yesterday. Well, stealth dropped in the sense that like you actually saw it for the first time. I cannot believe this game has not been leaked. That is quite shocking. Considering it's between two companies as well. It's not an in-house Nintendo thing. It's something they have got Koei Tecmo to do.
maybe they only started working on it yesterday.
Well, it's out in 2 months, so they've got November 20th. It's going to be launching. So we've briefly spoken about this. I don't know if you guys played Hyrule Warriors, the original game. I bought that when it first came out, and I really enjoyed it. I put about 30 hours into the game.
On Switch.
On Switch, yes, on the Switch. It's kind of like that. It's the Warriors gameplay, you know. It's kind of like mindless battling, thousands of enemies. Just you don't really think about anything, but they had loads of really cool, like nostalgic Zelda moments, and the music was great.
Is it difficult? Like, is it just kind of like
No.
whatever?
I mean, it was like the first action game that I got Rosie to play, and me and her were playing co-op, and she was just like slamming through people, and I was just like, yeah, it's fine. But basically, what my point is going to be that they did. Koei Tecmo teamed up with the Persona 5 team to release Persona 5 Scramble, which I think is how this is going to go. So it's not necessarily Warriors gameplay in the same style that Hyrule Warriors was. It is, it is the same. A lot of the things are the same. Like the map is going to be the same. There's going to be thousands of enemies, but I'm hoping the battle system is a little more grounded, where it's sometimes the Hyrule Warriors game, it could feel it does feel slightly ridiculous. You just go around charging people flying through the air all the time. And I think based on the story, we know what's going to happen in this game. We know what's going to happen at the end, because this is 100 years prior to Breath of the Wild. So we know
it needs a little bit of groundedness, at least to the storytelling. Now, however you do that, I don't think it's impossible to have crazy wild gameplay and still have a decent plot. But you're right. Like, it kind of needs to fill in a lot of those gaps that people are.
It can't be silly.
Mad about.
You know what I mean? It can't. Yeah. I don't feel it can be silly. Basically, because it's going to fill in a lot of story gaps that we missed from Breath of the Wild, and the end subject is going to deal with the champions all dying.
I kind of want to see. I want to see those characters doing more stuff.
For people, it's the first thing you learn about in Breath of the Wild. I mean, I'll put a spoiler alert in there, but it's something that is known in Breath of the Wild. But that's something we're gonna have to deal with at the end of that game. So, yeah, Davwix, how do you feel about that? When you saw the trailer, is that going to entice you to buy the game, or are you bothered about it?
I don't know. Like, I never got in with like the Dynasty Warriors games. I haven't played Hyrule Warriors. This hack and slashes don't really do anything for me. Although it did look great.
It does have a really nice visual style, yeah.
Well, it looked like Breath of the Wild with new mechanic, like just that hack and slash mechanic, and I was like, wow, that looks great.
It sounds.
I don't know if I'd like it playing it, but it looks awesome.
It does sound like, from what I've read, that Nintendo and also Nintendo basically said themselves, they basically took all the assets, went straight over to Koei Tecmo and said, "There's the world, create a game. This is the graphics. Use everything." And awesome. they've made something which, I mean, you're totally right. It looks beautiful. It looks so. I mean, if it plays as good as it looks, then. I don't know. I'm gonna get it anyway because I like Hyrule Warriors.
It's nice to see that version of Hyrule being fully populated with armies, because obviously playing Breath of the Wild, that's what we're always talking about. It's like, back when, and it's nice to just get to actually see that, really, in the forefront. And like, there's a great shot of whatever the king's called, like, commanding his army and all that, and it looks very like it feels like a very epic use of the assets.
I think we might finally get to have a decent shot at killing Guardians in it, instead of
around
trying not to get lasered.
There's a new type of Guardian on the cover of the game.
Yes, there is.
A little baby guardian,
yeah,
right?
Little like baby egg guardian.
Yeah.
Don't like
Yeah,
that.
that's cute.
Don't like that.
No, I like it.
They're going to be really rapid, aren't they? They're going to be super quick.
Face
Like,
huggers.
Also,
No.
did you
Oh,
see?
no.
They came out of the
Why?
holes. They came out the holes as well, which I did not expect.
No.
All the guardians are coming out. I was
Okay,
like,
now I
no.
don't like it
Now-
anymore. I've
well,
changed
this is
my
the
mind.
thing, and the one thing that's going to be crazy as well is that this might be the first time we've ever had a sequel and a prequel to one Zelda game. I don't think has that ever happened. Like the
Probably
same
not.
specific Zelda game. I'm not sure if it has. I know the maybe
Phantom
Zelda 1 and 2.
Hourglass, Spirit Tracks.
That's what a good
They're
point,
related
actually.
to each other.
Oh,
I think they
yeah,
are
yeah.
related to Wind Waker.
And are
Aren't
they
they? I think
related
they're a
to Wind Waker?
follow-on. I'm not
I
sure.
don't know
No,
them.
Spirit Tracks isn't.
Oh, it's years
I don't
after, isn't
think-
it? It's years after because the
Years
I think the
after.
yeah.
But in the same.
Yes, same world, but the water has. I think that's what it is.
But it's a different
did
link, is it?
watch-
I don't know if it's the same link. I think it's a
What
different
about Link's crossbow training?
Really good
Why
point.
laughing? Why
That is
laughing?
definitely canon.
I
If that's not
watched
canon,
a
I'm
YouTube
mad.
video about the Zelda timeline, and my brain just melted.
Oh,
little bit.
yeah.
I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
really,
Come
guys?
I've watched
Nah,
so
come
many
on.
of those episodes, so many. I'm just like, there's some that are like an hour long, and I'm there going, yeah, okay, why do I know more about this history
Okay.
than other
Yeah.
actual histories? Like my
Yeah, but who won World War II? I don't know.
Yeah.
Can't we just accept that they're just different games? Like, why
No,
we don't have
no.
to connect?
We can't because Nintendo every now and then will go, oh no, they connect.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, yeah.
We're not going to tell you how.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they connect.
And-
Oh, it's the
and-
same.
And the great thing about Breath of the Wild is that like they got to Breath of the Wild, they were like, we'll figure out yourself. Just
Reset.
put it anywhere you
Yeah,
want, but it's
yeah.
fine. It's fine. I mean,
The-
yeah.
The way I always like to look at it was that it was the same like folktale. It's a folktale told by different cultures.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
quite,
I like
to see
that's
it.
nice. I like
Because
that.
that makes sense, right? It's the same
Yeah.
basic story, but it's like got different details because it's
Yeah.
from different groups of people.
Yeah. Nintendo, if you want any help writing any Zelda games, and Zach Hamilton is free.
Yeah, I'm here.
Currently.
Not
Yeah,
free, not free of charge.
Oh no,
No.
he's
He's
not
just
free.
fake.
He's very
Charge a
expensive.
fortune.
But
I have several scripts written for crossbow training. I'll send you my drafts.
Link aim.
Longbow training, shortbow training.
Dagger throwing, it's the
Dagger
works.
Awesome, guys. We got one more piece of news. Actually, I'm just going to briefly say we got two more pieces. I kind of want to skip to the last bit, but we very quickly say that CD Projekt Red have said that if you've got The Witcher 3, then they will you get a free copy of The Witcher 3 on the next gen consoles if you've already got it, which is
I
a
have
really
it
nice touch.
and haven't played it. I feel vindicated.
That's perfect.
Can't wait to play it
I
on
mean,
Xbox Series, whatever.
it's going to look glorious. I mean, on the PS4 Pro,
Yeah,
and,
that'll look
it
stunning.
looks amazing. But it's going to look glorious on the next gen consoles. That's something briefly I wanted to say. And finally, this is Zach Hamilton and maybe actually Dav Weeks. I think you played this game as well. I'm not sure if Dav Gape has. I know definitely Zach Hamilton has. I don't know why I'm saying his full name. Everyone knows he's the only Zach in here. Shenmue
What about you,
is
Jonathan
getting.
Radford?
I've never played it. Shenmue's getting an anime.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
are
called
they gonna
Shenmue
finish the
the-
story yet? Or what?
It's called Shenmue the Animation. It's a collaboration between Crunchyroll and Adult Swim. It's based on Sega's cult classic 1999 Dreamcast game. Crunchyroll said to expect a 13-episode series with animation from Telecom animation film Tower of God, Lupin the Third Part 5. I haven't seen this. I don't know. It's directed... it's Shenmue creator Yu Suzuki is executive producer, so... Yeah, you're getting a Shenmue animation.
Is it
if you wanna
like
watch
just
it.
a retelling of the original game?
I don't
or is
know.
it like
That's
follow-on?
kind of all the details they've come up with so far. I just
I
thought
imagine it will be.
you're a man that
Because
might
I kind
enjoy
of just
that,
need them
'cause you love
to. I
Shenmue.
need them to just go and kill the guy now. That's.
Landy
Like,
has been
Landy.
getting away with this for
Landy.
many decades now.
I'm still upset about it. Like I'm 3 games, dude. 3 games, and we've seen him like twice, and we talk about him non-stop. It's infuriating.
The only way you'll ever get me to experience Shenmue is through an anime, so I'll allow it.
Yeah.
I might watch it. I might watch it.
If it's, I kind of think it could be quite good as a retelling because I feel like lots of people feel that way because the gameplay is pretty rough 20 years later.
Oh,
It
yeah.
really is. I'm struggling so hard to play it right now.
I replayed it a few months ago and I really enjoyed it, but I have to say a big chunk of what got me through the like waiting around sections was just pure nostalgia. Like I just enjoyed going and getting a Coke from the
Did
machine.
either of you guys play 3?
I decided I would not buy 3 until I've
Right.
recompleted 1 and 2, and
Okay.
that is taking a long time.
Okay, there's a guy I follow on YouTube who did like this whole 30-minute review of Shenmue 3 where he basically just said, why is this a thing?
Yeah,
So,
I haven't.
get
heard
excited for
good
that.
Things.
Yeah.
Dav, you know the world's going to explode by the year 3000. You really should just skip Shenmue 2 and just get a
I will play Shenmue!
Yeah, seriously.
But yeah, that is the end of the news, gents. Does anyone have anything they want to bring to the table about what they've been playing? Does anyone want to talk about something?
Yes.
Oh, Dav, go.
It's probably the same game that Dav's going to talk about.
Probably.
Tony fucking Hawk.
Absolutely.
Oh, baby!
Is it awesome?
It's so good.
Loving it.
Right
Oh,
in there,
shit.
right in the feels.
Did you guys do the thing? Don't
Well-
reveal it. We'll reveal it after your little conversation.
Was it going to be that you were going to tell me what you got and I've got to beat it, or we're going to reveal what we've both got?
We'll reveal today, and then whoever gets the highest score, you've got to try and beat that next week.
Just going to tell my Xbox on so I can.
Yeah, Dav's like, yeah, it's good. But yeah, who wants to go? I mean, you both can talk about it if you want.
Yeah, you talk first because I got to find out what my high score is.
Yeah, I can't remember. I took a picture of my screen, but I can't find it now. It's great. It's so nostalgic. I feel like a teenager again. Playing it, like it was such a very well frequented activity for me growing up.
Yeah.
And it's just all there again. It's lovely playing the same levels and kind of going, oh yeah, this thing. Like, oh, that secret tape was always a bugger to get. You know?
The one in the mall, we have to like jump onto the thing, through, and then through the thing. Ah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I haven't played it in probably 15 years, and I remember that.
Yeah, but there you go.
Yeah.
And it
It looks gorgeous.
it's
Yeah,
Does it? Yeah.
Unreal.
I saw
it's so
someone.
fun.
I saw someone say reviewing it today, saying it's genuinely one of the best games of the year. Like it's up there as one of the best games of the year.
I'd agree.
Wow.
Yeah, which
I'll
is
be
great.
playing it a lot because it's
That's
such a nice game to pick up and play. You know, it really is. I mean, trying to get my eye in back on it, I was like, oh my god, 10 years have gone by or 15 years have gone by, and I have lost all that dexterity.
Something that's really funny is the old skaters from the original are all the current models of them in real life, right? So it's like 50-year-old Tony Hawk. But they've got new skaters in there as well. So it's really funny seeing like these, fully grown adults, but they look like children next to like Tony Hawk. It's very funny. But who have you gone as, Dav? I didn't realize you could make your own one, so I went as Letitia Buffoni
Oh, nice.
from Sao Paulo.
No, I've stuck with Tony for now.
Oh, nice.
It's
I have
classic.
just
It's
stuck with
classic,
Tony.
isn't it? Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
I've
it's just
found
fun.
my high score.
Guerrilla Radio's still in the game, right? Is Guerrilla Radio in the game?
If it is, I haven't come across it yet.
Okay, I
They've got
remember.
new songs as well as the old
There
songs.
are
Yeah,
new songs.
yeah, okay.
And
It might not be in the game.
I'm convinced some of the bands have re-recorded their songs.
I think
convinced
Superman
of
is
that.
re-recorded.
Wow.
Superman's definitely re-recorded. But
Yeah.
it sounds.
Oh
just
no,
like the original.
Superman got re-recorded in lockdown, right?
Yeah, they released
Yeah,
it on.
That was
did,
wicked on
yeah.
Facebook. Yeah,
That video is
wicked.
so good.
It was great. Yeah.
But yeah, man, I've only played the first 3 levels so far. I 100% did Warehouse first because it's like a rite of passage.
Absolutely.
Played a little bit of School. Never been a huge fan of School because it's all
No.
just everywhere. It's hard for me to like see the
Yeah.
parts.
Yeah.
But I love
Have they
more.
changed School?
I'm not sure. I don't think so, but it feels
'Cause
different.
It feels very different. I
I
mean,
don't know if it's bigger, maybe.
again, like you said, I'm not a big fan of School. Maybe I just don't remember it very well. But it feels so different.
I wonder if they've changed with like the brightness of different colors and stuff, so it makes you feel like you're noticing the things you didn't used to, and the things you used to be really attracted to suddenly are more in the background. Because I'll be going through an area and I'm like, oh no, I do know this bit, but like it didn't like stick out to me. Like I used to be able to know exactly where the park benches were, whereas now I'm like, I'm sure there was one around here. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I
So,
still
yeah.
can't find one of the bells. I was like,
The bells.
yeah, where are the school bells? Shit, can't remember.
I don't know. I haven't found
The
one
school
yet.
bell- Oh, was it the fire
Yeah.
bells? Yeah.
Yeah. Wall Ride 5 Bells.
Yeah, I just can't find one of them. It's like, I used to do this so easily.
But interestingly, I played through School twice and only got a high score of 2,000 less than my high score on Warehouse. I played Warehouse a lot more.
Oh,
So
right.
School seems to be good for money, getting those 6 scores.
yeah,
But,
fair play.
It's an interesting point about Activision, though, isn't it? Because they've a lot of their remakes recently have been pretty good, and they put a lot of effort into making them as well. Like the Spyro remake was really good. Dav, I know you played the Crash remake. The Crash Team Racing was apparently really good and really faithful to the original game as well. So if it is, I mean, the thing is, I'm eventually going to pick Tony Hawk's up. I didn't pick it up straight away just because I need to save a bit of cash. But it's definitely on my horizon. I'm going to pick that up. But that's awesome. Do you guys have anything else you want to add? Actually, should we do the scores now?
Let's go.
Let's do the scores. So, Dav, Gabe, should we go with you first?
Okay.
So this is highest combo.
So what?
No.
Yeah,
Well, we can do highest
Highest-
combo or highest score.
highest score. Let's do high. I think originally it was highest score. We were
Okay,
gonna do.
I'm with you.
So
No, I'm with you.
I think it was highest
Yeah.
score on the first level in the warehouse.
Okay.
And what we're going to try and do is whoever gets the highest one this week, the other one's going to try and beat it by next week.
Oh my goodness, it's gonna be
Okay.
nuts.
Okay. My high score is 126,230.
Okay. 223,162.
Oh my God,
That
Dav.
is awesome.
I did it last night.
Oh my goodness.
11:30.
Right.
Ooh.
And I was like,
Can you message me that score so I can write it down on my notice board?
Can you message it now on WhatsApp so I've got it written down as well?
that's a good. Actually,
Yeah,
put
that's
it,
a good
put it-
point.
actually, put it in the WhatsApp group. Dav, can you just once again tell us what the score was? Tell the audience.
oh,
just so
I've
they know what the
literally
score
just deleted it off the screen.
is. Okay. Well, we'll
Don't worry,
mention
we'll
it.
listen back. We'll
It
have
was
it.
Listen back.
223,300.
Something like that.
Right, give me a
yeah, it's
minute.
impressive. yeah. So, Dav, Gabe, that's your score to beat by next week. You can. I'm going to see you get
Wow.
close. I want to see you get close. This is great. I love
Close?
this.
I'm gonna beat it, bitch.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Awesome. Dav, Zach, have you haven't been for a while? Have you been playing anything recently?
Do you know I've all my gaming time has been put into my my permadeath run.
you still
for
do your
The Last of
permadeath
Us. So I'm working at the moment on. I said to you I wasn't sure if I was going to do no reticle or not, but I feel like doing it with the reticle is a little. I kind of just got into the. Yeah, I think so. I am going to do it with no reticle.
Yeah.
I'm now definitely going to do that, and I'm saying it out loud so that I can be held accountable, so that I don't just give up on that idea. But it's taking a long time because like the second half of the game is a lot easier than the first. The second half of the game you can upgrade your weapons in such a way that it's much more doable. But the first half of the game, man, there's some of the stuff that they really don't want to. They want you to die. There's a couple of design choices where it's like it's very clear that they're expecting you to die the first time around because they set you up in different spots. They make it slightly easier the second time. Of course, I can't do that because if I die, I go back to the beginning. And also, they definitely don't want you to take the reticle off because aiming is obviously a really big part of the game. But I'm getting weirdly good at being able to shoot without knowing where I'm going to shoot, which is really fun.
Yeah, man, that's really cool.
But damn, it is hard.
What's
so?
Have you tried permadeath? You've done a run of permadeath so far, haven't you?
I did a permadeath run on survival with no reticle.
Wow, how far did you
managed
get?
it. I beat it, but now I have to do it on grounded.
Yeah, grounded
and
is the one.
It's
the one.
really messing me up, man.
Yeah.
It's great. I'm just at the moment actually I've done about 3 sessions where I've been stuck on one particular part and it's driving me fucking nuts. But I'm so excited to do the stream for it. That's going to start. I was hoping to start at the beginning of this month. It's probably going to be another few weeks because like I say, I do need to get I don't want to be on the stream and fuck it up. That would be so disappointing. But that's a very real situation. I'm expecting that during the stream I will die at least once, if not twice, and have to start over. But that's all part of the fun. Anyway, you've heard me talk about that loads.
No, I think that's perfect because now, gents, we're gonna come on to the quiz. Does anyone want to sing our theme tune for this week?
Dun 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 dun.
Ooh, I like that
Quiz.
Oh yes.
Oh,
I like
hello.
that.
I like the incorporation of the word quiz.
So I've got your names
We need to
here.
know what we're doing.
So you've got your names there, all written down, ready to go. So like I said earlier, same as last week. What I'll say is after each question, I'll give you like 5-10 seconds to think of the answer. You'll type it into your screen, or Zach, you'll message me, and then press enter, and then I'll just go around one by one so our listeners can hear what you've gone with, and then I'll let you know what the answer is. Okay?
I like this. I like this. This
it's
way
nice.
of doing
It's
it.
a nice
It's a good
setup.
idea.
It just means that like you've got to trust your instincts a bit more.
Yeah.
Because you trust your instincts a little bit more. So
Because Johnny thinks we're cheating.
Oh, I'm convinced.
I was cheating. I was googling, to be honest.
Oh yeah, I knew Zach.
I haven't won any yet. I wasn't googling very well.
I think you won the first one.
Did I?
Yeah, I think you won the first. I think Dav
Oh,
Weeks wasn't here.
sweet.
I think he was. I think you all won. I think you've all won. once.
Dav Weeks wasn't here, so he didn't win.
That's
That's the only
why.
way Dav
Dav
Weeks doesn't win, is he just doesn't show up.
All right, here we go. First question. Here we go. In Broken Sword, George Stobart visits a Middle Eastern country in his quest to uncover the secrets of the Templars. But which country does he go to? Do you want the four answers?
No.
There's a no from Dav.
Yeah, I think I do.
So
I've
Dav
never played
Weeks,
this game.
I'm going to say no.
Okay, sorry, Zach. So we said this last
Oh,
time. It's still
what?
2 people. So even if one of you still voids it, the other 2 can say yeah. So sorry, Zach, you're on your own. You just got to guess a Middle Eastern country. Okay.
I feel like it's a trick question.
Do you guys have your answers?
Yes.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay. On the count of 3, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, I accidentally already
Persia.
sent it.
Eritrea.
Okay. Well, Zach, what did you go with?
Constantine.
Great. Dav Gape
Persia.
and Dav Weeks.
Eritrea.
It was Syria.
Syria. Oh. Okay.
I think Persia's Iran. I think
Persia's
Persia.
a
Yeah.
mix of Iran and Syria, but I do
is
say
it?
Syria.
Yeah, the answer was Syria.
Well,
Sadly, I
Persia
thought
certainly didn't exist in the time of Broken Sword because it's modern day.
George Sobart, anyway. Okay, question number 2. The PlayStation prototype was designed by Sony in collaboration with which company?
Which one? What? Sorry, what?
The PlayStation prototype was designed by Sony in collaboration with which company? Do you want the 4 answers?
Absolutely not.
Nah.
I do.
I'm just going
You
to take
do?
a stab in the dark.
Oh, so Zach, Dav Weeks is going to go for... Oh, okay. I can give you the 4. I mean, it's not really going to
Nope.
help.
I'm not going to get it right.
I know the answer.
You got 1 in 4 guess if I give you the 4 answers.
Nah.
Okay.
I'm stubborn.
Johnny, stop it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Enter your guesses, and then I'll count down from 3. You guys ready?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Okay, we'll start with Dav Weeks this time.
Samsung.
Dav Gape
Nintendo.
and Zach.
Bandai.
It was Nintendo.
Really? It was Nintendo?
Yeah. So Nintendo
Really?
created it was like a CD add-on with PlayStation, and then they just sort of said no, and PlayStation were furious and just said, right, we'll make it ourselves. And
Right,
you go.
we'll just smash
There
out
you
the
go.
park.
We'll just-
That's why.
yeah.
Wow.
yeah, they pulled out of a deal in 1991, and
Dang.
Sony were furious, like genuinely furious because they put so much effort into making it. Okay, great. Dav Gape with a point.
Wow.
Question number 3. The protagonist in Grand Theft Auto Vice City was voiced by which actor? Again, if 2 of you want, we can give you guesses.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm going to
please.
say no.
Okay, so the 4 guesses you can have are Harvey Keitel, Ray Liotta, Michael Madsen, Tim Roth.
Wait, which one's Vice City? Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Say them again, sorry.
Harvey Keitel, Ray Liotta, Michael Madsen, Tim Roth.
Wow. I
Oh,
can't
whoops,
imagine any of them
I
doing
sent
it.
my
Okay,
answer already.
on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, press enter. I'm just going to say it because you all got the same answer. It was Ray Liotta. You all got
Yeah.
Ray, baby. He was great as well.
That was
It was great.
that was
He
a
really great.
25% chance.
It was a good guess. Okay. Which famous entertainer helped compose music for Sonic 3?
Oh.
The
I know
2
this
of you
one.
want, I think Zach knows, the Davs. Did the Davs want the 4 guesses?
4
Yeah,
guesses,
question again.
please.
Which famous entertainer helped compose music for Sonic 3?
Yeah,
No clue.
I'll have
Okay.
the multiple choice.
Lenny
I
Kravitz,
know.
Paul McCartney,
Answer.
Prince, Michael Jackson. Okay. On the count of 3. Does anyone want those read again? Okay. 3, 2, 1. Press enter. It was Michael Jackson, and Dav,
Woo!
Weeks, and Zach got it, so we're all equal on 2 points.
Wow.
To 4 questions. Yeah, Michael Jackson. He was not credited in the game, and he left like halfway through because I can't remember what it was. I think he was
Wasn't it like around the time that he was starting to be accused of
That's
stuff?
what it
and they were
was.
like,
That's what it was.
Maybe
Yeah,
don't be in our game.
Yeah,
It's tough being an awful human being.
Yeah,
Yeah. Can you imagine?
basically, yeah. It was Michael Jackson. This is question number 5. What is the highest grossing arcade game of all time?
Ooh,
Again, 4 answers if 2 of you want it.
highest grossing.
I'm gonna go for it.
Okay, you're gonna go for it.
Just
So,
just the arcade machine.
what is the highest grossing arcade game of all time?
I want the 4.
You want the 4, Dav? Dav,
Yeah.
Gabe, do you want the 4?
No.
Okay.
Okay,
Cool.
fair enough.
Okay. Do you have your
I'm
answers?
gonna
gents?
have an educated guess, but I'm pretty sure
Okay.
this
I'm
is
ready.
not
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I think you. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Press enter. Dav Weeks, what did you go with?
Pac-Man.
Dav Gabe
Pac-Man.
and Zach.
Donkey Kong.
It was Pac-Man. Well done, gents.
E.
Yeah. So the top 4, in fact, is Pac-Man, Space Invaders, Street Fighter 2, and I believe it's Mortal Kombat as well. Adjusted for inflation, it's generated 11 billion. It's pretty impressive.
I feel like adjusting for inflation is kind of cheeky because
Yeah,
we
it
also
seems like cheating.
I think it's just context, really, isn't it? It's just like
Yeah,
for
to
us-
put
for
into
our brains
context
to
what it would
understand
be
how
like,
how
yeah.
it's meant to
so
be,
let's
yeah.
adjust for popularity of arcades. Then.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
That's a really
okay.
good point.
Question number 6. This is always my favorite question. The final licensed game released for the PlayStation 1 was Mohun X. But what year did it come out?
I've never even heard of that
Hate
game.
this.
What is
Wait,
it?
what-
Mohun X.
Mohun X. Yeah, it's a
For the
Moors
PlayStation
Moors.
1.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, PlayStation 1. When did it come out?
Ugh.
Okay, throw an answer down. You can have the 4, but it's just a date, and you just
All
guess
right.
it.
No, I'm gonna
Does
guess.
anyone want it? Anyone want the 4?
No, I'm
Okay,
just
I've got
gonna
an-
go for
I've got
it.
an answer.
Okay, cool. On the count of 3, 3, 2, 1.
Damn,
Dav
You're probably
Weeks.
right.
Did it come out this year? It's some
No,
weirdo
it's usually that.
still publishing.
No, Dav Gabe
2006.
and Zach.
2009.
Okay, so one of you is a year out.
Ugh.
2005. It was 2005. So Dav Gabe was very, very close. Okay, question number 7. In Twilight Princess, the hero Shade is a character that teaches Link some hidden skills, but his true identity was never revealed in the game. However, the Nintendo Zelda encyclopedia, Hyrule Historia, reveals that he's a character from a previous Zelda title. Who is he? Does anyone want any help?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, we got the 2 Davs. So
Oh,
the
do you
4,
guys not know this one?
No.
the 4
I haven't
options.
played that many Zelda games.
The 4 options are the Hero of the Skies from Skyward Sword, Tingle, Hero of Time from Ocarina of Time, and the legendary hero from Link to the Past. Okay. 3.
Okay.
You got your answers?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. It was the Hero of Time. You all got it. Well done.
Woo!
Yep.
Yay.
This is bullshit.
Yeah, it's the Hero of Time, and it's like this whole thing about him lamenting the fact, and because of the timeline as well, he was lamenting the fact that he never got remembered as the person that defeated Ganon. Read the timeline if you want to read it.
More
It's
specifically,
too
I
long
think
to go into it.
it's the Hero of Time from the Child timeline, right?
I think so. Yes, I think so because they stopped.
Or is
Ganon.
it is
Yeah.
it the failed? It's not. It's certainly not the one where he beats Ganon. I'm pretty
No,
sure.
I think the one that beats Ganon ends up being so they both beat Ganon in different ways. One of them beats Ganon by going into the past, which is the child one, I think, because on from there comes Majora's Mask and then Twilight Princess. This is a
Yes,
whole other
that
topic
is right.
we'll go
No, that
into
is- it's the
another
child-
time.
sorry, it's the
Yeah.
child time. It is the
No.
child
This,
timeline.
yeah, this is another conversation we'll have
Sorry.
later on. It's all right. No, because I could talk about you. I could talk about.
Let's talk about you.
Yeah, I could
Talk about you
all
all day.
the time. Yeah.
Maybe.
Question number
me,
8.
Me and Johnny need to get a room.
When was the first game from the Metal Gear series released?
Ooh.
Oh, this is a tricky dicky one.
Do you want 4 answers?
I would like
Yeah.
4 answers.
Oh, sorry, Dav Weeks, you're overruled because Dav and Zach do. 1987, 1990, 1995, and 1998. One of those four.
Oh.
I think
87,
I might
90,
get this one.
95, 98. Okay, you guys ready? Yep. On the count of 3, 3, 2, 1. You all said the same answer, but it's all wrong.
95.
Really?
It's 87. Metal
Wow.
Gear came out
What?
in
87?
87, yeah. It came
Wow,
out in
it's a
87.
good game for
Yeah.
87.
Oh.
I think it came out in the I think it was one of the, maybe it was the Atari. I think I could be wrong, but I read
No, it
earlier
was
it was
NES.
I can think of the,
the first game was at
it's
87.
an NES game, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
It's the one where you
And
get,
the Neo
isn't that the one where you get
Geo,
cigarettes for
okay.
no reason?
Question number 9. What does J. Jonah Jameson do during the recent Spider-Man game on the PS4? Again, I can give you 4 answers if you want to know.
Yes, please.
I got 1.
No, I'm gonna have a
Like,
guess.
is this a trick question? Like,
Do you want
'cause
4 answers? Do you want Zach's?
yeah, go on. Give me the 4.
Okay. Okay, so the 4 is he writes threatening articles in the Daily Bugle. He organizes protests against Spider-Man. Nothing. Rants on his podcast. That's it.
I really want it to be nothing because that would be really funny.
That's why it's on there.
I've put it in.
Okay.
That's my.
Yeah,
that's
I've seen
my,
it.
yeah.
Okay, cool. You guys ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. So you're all wrong. The answer was he rants on his podcast.
I was gonna say that because isn't
Yeah.
he like an online
Yeah.
Alex Jones type? in it?
Basically, yeah, he's like Alex
Fuck, I
Jones.
knew
He
that.
just-
And I
he just-
changed my answer.
He's like, Spider-Man's the devil incarnate. We should all be rid of him. Just the entire game. It's really funny. It's one of the best parts of the game, actually, because Spider-Man reacts to it. He's like, oh, shut up, Joe Jonah Jameson. It's really good. Question number 10.
I'm annoyed.
Yeah. Question number 10. It's very close this time as well. In the DK rap from Donkey Kong 64, name
think
the
I know
character which the lyrics describe as follows. This crazy Kong just digs this tune.
Oh, what?
It's crazy.
I mean-
Kong just digs this tune.
I don't know if this is going to help giving you the options because you probably already know them. But
Oh no! I must have heard the fucking DK rap upward of 100 times.
they
And I
they
can't
remade
They've
remember
all
it.
got
what that-
stupid names.
Do you want me- okay,
Yeah.
if 2 of you want the answers, I can give you
No.
the answers.
No, I mean I know the options. I just
Oh,
can't
okay.
remember which one
Okay.
specifically
Okay.
just digs this tune.
I thought this was a good question. When I saw it, I was like,
it
a
is a good
DK rap
question.
question.
I can't remember his name. The one I won.
Okay, I gotta put a time limit on this because
All right.
short.
I'm calling
I feel
it
like
a-
I'm getting his
Okay,
name.
here we
I
go.
think I'm getting his name wrong.
Wait, I can't remember his name.
Gotta take an answer in 10 seconds. Okay,
Fine, gone.
I'll give you another 5 seconds.
I feel like I'm getting his name wrong.
Okay, here we go.
The one I'm gonna
On the count
go
of
with.
3, press enter. Just tell me what you got. 3, 2, 1. You all got the
No,
one.
I got it wrong. No,
You
I just
got it
remember what the
wrong.
rhyme
You
is. I
got
just
wrong.
remember what the rhyme is because he flies
This
around just like a
Kong
balloon.
has a funny face. It's Lanky Kong.
Flies around like a crazy balloon.
Yeah,
God damn it! And I
yeah, he
realized
does.
as soon as I
Lanky Kong,
typed it,
Yeah, Lanky Kong.
fiddlesticks.
They remade the rap
Fuck.
for Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, and it's still great. It's still great.
It's really good.
Awesome. Okay,
I'm
question
fucked off
number
about that one.
11. We'll speed through these a little bit. We've got some time though. How many Chaos Emeralds are there in Sonic 3?
Ooh,
I got
you
answers
cheeky
if you want.
boy.
If you want answers,
Nope.
I would like.
do you want to go?
I would
for?
like clarification on the question.
How many? So my question
Chaos
is,
Emeralds. Does
Yes.
that include the whatever they're called, the Ultra? What are they called?
no. So
Super Chaos
when I typed in my question, which is how
Right.
many Chaos Emeralds are there in Sonic 3, the answer I've got, I believe, if it's wrong, blame the internet, is this answer. Okay, so I'm assuming it's just Chaos Emeralds. Okay, just Chaos
Okay.
Emeralds. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but it's the internet. Blame the internet. It's terrible. It's not improved since day one.
The internet's never got anything right.
Mr. Internet be
fuck,
rolling
I'm
in his
gonna get this
grave.
wrong.
Okay. Do you guys have answers?
Yes.
Okay. On the
Yeah.
count of 3, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Press enter. Okay, Dav Weeks, what did you go with?
6.
Dav Gabe?
7.
Zach?
7.
It's 7. And lucky Dav Weeks. Well done.
Suck it!
Okay.
Eat that, Tony Hawk!
Okay. Which of these characters was not in Super Smash Bros. Melee? Question 12.
Ooh.
Is it Sheik, Wario, Dr. Mario, or Marth? One of those characters was not in Melee. Was it Sheik, Wario, Dr. Mario, and Marth? I know I've just given you the 4 there, but that's kind of related to the question. So, one of those 4.
Okay. Don't know how I feel about this.
You guys gonna answer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
On the count of 3, press enter. 3, 2, 1. It was... Zach, can you say yours?
Wario.
Dav Weeks?
Wario.
Dav Gape?
Dr. Mario.
The answer was Wario.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw it written on the screen, I thought, of course it was.
It's mad though, isn't it? Dr. Mario was in Smash before Wario? That seems crazy.
I guess
That
just
is
because it was
weird.
it was just the exact same
But he was
fight
in Mario
as
Kart as well. Like, that just seems crazy that he's not in Smash Brothers. I don't know.
But then they'd have had to come up with a whole new character
Yeah,
for him. I mean,
that's true,
even Luigi in Melee, I think is pretty similar to.
So he's just Mario, just stretched out.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
question number 13. What is the name of the ship you're on at the beginning of Halo Combat Evolved? I've got 4
I got
guesses if you'd like them.
4, please.
4.
No.
No, thank you.
Sorry, Dav. I think you might
Okay.
be screwed on this question.
Oh, maybe I do need them, because if you said it, I'd know it for sure.
Do you want them?
Yes.
Okay.
do
Zach's
that.
like, no.
Actually,
So the
no.
4.
No.
Oh,
no.
okay. You start. I was literally just about to say that. Then you almost got me. Okay. What is the name of the ship you're on at the beginning of Halo Combat Evolved? Dav Weeks, I will not accept Flighty Boy.
Okay.
Flighty boy.
Dav Gabe, sorry, I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
3, 2, 1. Press enter. Dav Weeks, what is it?
Warthog pooper.
Yeah, that is the answer.
No, that's Halo 2. That's Halo 2.
Ah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That's the
Dav
Warthog
Gabe.
pooper.
Dav Gabe
Truth and Conciliation.
and Zach.
Pillar of Autumn.
The answer is the Pillar of Autumn. Well done, Zach.
Pretentious name, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
Oh.
actually fun.
Go on.
Fun
go on.
fact: Halo Reach came out 10 years ago this week,
Oh, there we go.
which is where where the Pillar of Autumn starts. Anyway, go on.
Question number 14. How much money did Sony lose on the PS3? Again, I've got 4 choices. This might help if you got 4.
Yeah,
Just,
I'm
just,
gonna need
just to
4
let you know,
answers,
Truth
yeah.
and Reconciliation is a Covenant ship in Halo 1. That's where
Yeah.
I was getting wrong. Sorry, everyone. What was the question?
Those Xbox, I can't even say Xbox fanboys are going to kill you, Dav.
All 3 of them.
Oh, and that's one of them is you.
Yeah.
2 of them are me. It's a different alias.
Okay. Does anyone want the 4 options?
I would like the question again, please.
Okay. How much money did Sony lose on the PS3?
Oh, I think we're going to have the options, aren't we?
Yeah, that's fine. If you want the 4
Yeah.
options, it's 500,000, and this is in dollars. So 500,000, 2.5 million, 1 billion, or 3 billion.
Oh my god.
How much did they lose on the PS3?
Per console.
If this is just how much they, yeah. Yeah, can you imagine that? Yeah.
Okay. This
On
is
the
gonna
count of 3, you guys ready? 3,
All right.
2, 1, press enter. Okay, Zach, what did you go with?
$1 billion.
Dav Gape
500,000.
and Dav Weeks?
Billion.
The answer was 3 billion.
What? That is
Is this-
crazy money.
So
Is
that's
this
how.
because they chuck Blu-ray players in every single one?
I think I'm not sure the exact reason. I think a lot of it was to do with they were so far behind. They just had I think they dropped the price significantly, didn't they? And I think that's why they lost a lot of money
So it was originally at $600, £550,
Yeah.
and they had to drop it off by 100.
because Xbox 360 was just like undercutting everything. Okay, last question, but we do have a tiebreaker if you guys end up on the same scores.
Oh, what's the scores on the doors?
Go on.
I'm not going to say who's got what, but I will say two
Okay.
of you are on 5 points and one of you is on 6 points.
Oh.
So one of you could take the win right now. Okay, here we go. And I'm probably gonna have to give you the numbers for this. Okay.
Okay.
Not including ports, remakes, or compilations, as described by Nintendo. How many mainline titles are there in the Super Mario series?
I don't think we need.
Okay, yeah, if you want to go for it, you go for it. Unless
No,
Zach
we
and Dav
definitely,
Weeks on it.
we definitely do need. What are you talking about?
What? So like, if you get given the multiple choice, all you're doing is making a guess on what sounds about right. Whereas if you don't have multiple choice, you've got to work it out and then be like, oh, there's probably a couple I've forgotten.
Because we're on limited time.
Give us 10 seconds.
Okay.
Starting now.
Okay.
Are you joking?
I've got it.
Really? No, you don't. That is. I'm making up a number. I'm not going to be able to guess.
Florty.
I'm assuming that I'm one of the people with 5, and I can see
Okay.
right now.
It's been about 10
Not
seconds.
including what?
Not
Ports,
including ports, remakes,
remasters.
and compilations. So that includes like the 3D world that's coming out. That wouldn't include that. But I'm just going to give you one. It would include obviously Odyssey.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Um.
Here we go. On the count of 3. You ready, guys?
Yeah.
For God's
3,
sake.
2, 1. Press enter. Zach, what did you go with?
I went with 12. I have no idea.
Dav Weeks.
19.
Dav Gabe.
19.
19.
The answer's
Oh, wow.
21.
Oh!
What did you expect?
So we
Oh,
do.
12.
We're gonna be
we
able to
do-
get it right.
We do have a clear. Well, I say clear winner. He won by just having one more point. than
Oh,
the
so
other
it
two
was a
people.
he.
Yes. Yes. In joint second. So almost
In joint
winners
last.
is the two Davs, which was the
Yeah.
Zach one with 6 points.
Yes.
What,
Yeah,
even
well
with
done,
Dav
Zach.
Weeks here?
Yeah, the
Wow,
two the Davs.
I am-
You beat the Davs.
I finally did
so
it.
I do have a tiebreaker question. I'm just going to ask it quickly. I just want to see how close. I just want to see which one of you gets
To
closest
find out
to
who
this.
loses.
Okay.
Yeah, tiebreaker for third
Tiebreaker for
place.
third place. Okay. But Zach, I want to hear your answer after they've you put
okay,
your answer in
okay.
as well, then we'll see. Okay. How much money does the average player spend on Fortnite? And this is in dollars. Okay.
Per...
This is just average player spend on Fortnite. This is just what they spend approximately over the course of playing the game.
I
this
think.
is not.
Have we talked about this before? I feel like I've had this conversation recently.
No.
Huh. Okay.
Okay, and what I'll do is
average.
I'll take it to the closest dollar. Okay.
Okay.
So whichever one of you is closest to that price.
The average
yeah.
player.
Okay, I'll give you 10.
In dollars.
Yes, this is in dollars. Yeah. You guys got a guess?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Press enter.
I've sent my answer as well.
Okay. Dav Weeks, what did you go with?
$45.
Dav Gape
$80.
and Zach.
$69.99.
Well, Zach was actually the closest, so Zach definitely wins. But the answer was $60, which means that I believe, if I'm maths are correct, that Dav Weeks has stolen a march on Dav Gape.
Second place.
It was $60. That also includes people that don't spend anything. That's the average.
How insane is that?
Yeah, it's mad.
That's nuts.
$60 is what a game costs in America.
That's how
And it's a
Fortnite make their
free-to-play
money.
game.
Innit?
Freemium is working.
Wait,
Yeah, well,
what?
It works. That's the end of podcast number 21. Thank you very much for listening today. If you enjoyed the show, then please follow us on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Patreon. Tell your friends and give us a review or a comment. I think there's going to be hopefully some streaming this coming week.
If you travel back in the past, you'll be watching me beat Dav's score tonight on stream.
Yes. Make sure you follow them on that as well. We didn't get a chance to talk about Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, but essentially the review is it's garbage, jank, any word you want to use.
Oh, no.
It's terrible. It's really not good. But we had fun because it was that bad.
It was terrible. Bye, everyone.
Basically, there was someone basically following us on Twitch, like, actually guiding us through the game, and it took us about 40 minutes just to get through one level. It was madness.
He followed us eventually. He carried on for
Yeah,
the whole
which is
stream.
great,
He watched
great.
Donut County and Tony Hawk's.
Perfect. That's
Watched me be apparently dreadful at Tony Hawk's.
there we are. That's how we get people. If pity. If you want to follow us via pity, we're totally fine with that.
Hey, I'll take a pity follow.
But there we are. That is the end of this podcast. Thank you very much. This is Video Games Ahoy, and we'll see you next week. Ahoy!
Ahoy!